let's look at how we can use the higher faculties of the mind to create a world of abundance in our lives. And to do that, I will demonstrate a technique that I used, how I applied this to my life, using the higher faculties with something very specific. So I decided about 1.5 years ago that I wished to double my annual income in a year, right? So I wanted more money, essentially, right? And it wasn't from a place of greed. It was from a place of enjoyment, of wanting to experience myself as abundance and experience my life as abundance, and specifically to have more financial compensation for what I offered to the world. And I imagine all of us can relate to this in some capacity. So I'll go through each of the higher faculties and demonstrate how I use them for myself. So we'll start with imagination. So first, I imagined my world around me, of what my world would look like when I had doubled my annual income. I looked at the debt reduction that I had from student loans. I looked at the way I would live in my home, and I was thinking about buying a home at that time. I looked at how I was able to give more to nonprofits and to the people around me, to my family, and how I could offer more to them and supply more to them. So I used my imagination just to look around my world and envision how it would look. Secondly, the second faculty that we can use is intuition. I love this because when we set a goal using the imagination and start to look at what it could look like, we then spend time every day going within and listening. Intuition comes from the Latin word intuere, to look upon. So when we look inside of ourselves and listen, we'll be guided in terms of what actions we might need to take, or conversations we might need to have, or in the middle of conversations that we're having, our intuition might speak to us and tell us to take some kind of action or to relate to someone a certain way, right? Intuition. Thirdly, perception. This is a fascinating piece. When perception, the way that I can use this is looking at a certain situation from another perspective. So one kind of silly but actually pretty powerful way is I'll write down whatever my goal is, in this case, doubling my annual income, on a piece of paper, and then I'll walk around the room and look at the piece of paper from different dimensions, from different perceptions. And as we start to strengthen this higher faculty of perception, we'll start to see amazing things happen. So for example, with the annual income, I was becoming frustrated because my income wasn't increasing at the rate that I did. But when I look at it from a different perspective, such that it was growing and I was growing little by little, and focusing on the increase and the growth, that made a significant difference in my mindset. All right, fourthly, will. Beautiful higher faculty. Our power, our direction, our fortitude, using our will to create. So meaning every day when we look at what we wish to create, we focus on the will and the fortitude, the resilience to know that it's possible, that what we're doing. Fifth, memory. Love this one. I know I love a lot of these. Future memory. We can create a future memory using our imagination in terms of what the goal will look like when it's manifested. And when we live in a future memory, we start to resonate with that future memory and we start to attract it to ourselves. It's fascinating what we can do with energy, right? So future memory, just like a distant memory, people say don't live in the past, don't live in the past. Live in the future. When we live in the future, everything can come to us. And then we have a vision, and we actually attract the vision to ourselves by raising our frequency. Finally, reason, the higher faculty of reason. Now, the way that I relate to reason, and the way that we relate to reason, is through thinking, conscious thinking. If there are thoughts that we're having that do not serve our goal or our vision, stop them, shift, just in an instant. Uplift our frequency, change our perspective, change our memory, use our imagination, and think consciously through the higher faculty of reason. I hope this was helpful for you, and I look forward to enjoying the use of our higher faculties together in the future.